The mysterious and terrifying screams of fallen angels have been heard emanating from underneath the Euphrates River, sending shockwaves throughout the world. Reports of these mysterious sounds have been coming in from all over the Middle East, leaving many to wonder what could be causing such an unsettling phenomenon. The Euphrates River is a source of ancient myths and legends, but recently it has become the source of something far more sinister. Reports of terrifying screams coming from beneath the river have been circulating, and these screams are believed to be from fallen angels. The river, which runs for 1,740 miles, is considered Asia's longest. The river runs through Syria, Iraq, and Turkey before reaching the Persian Gulf. The Euphrates River has been drying up, with some sources estimating that it has lost up to 80% of its volume since the 1950s. This has caused alarm for many people, and some have even pointed to the Bible's book of Revelation as a possible explanation for the river's drying up. In the book of Revelation, it is written that the drying up of the Euphrates River will be a sign of the end times. Although this could explain why the river is drying up, many atheists are arguing that it is more likely due to human activity such as excessive water usage, construction of dams, and climate change. This argument is accepted by the atheist community since they do not believe in God. But those who believe in God do know that every event regarding the fallen angels and the Euphrates River has been documented in the Bible, starting from the fall of Lucifer, who is known as the devil. The identity of the angels beneath the Euphrates is revealed in Revelation chapter 12, verses 7 through 9, according to the Bible. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back and defeated the dragon, which is also known as the devil. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth and his angels with him. It is evident from Revelation chapter 9 that the 4 angels under the Euphrates are unquestionably fallen angels. According to Luke chapter 10 verse 17, Revelation chapter 12 verses 7 to 9, and Jude chapter 1 verse 6, some of the fallen angels, who were part of the 1/3 of angels chased out of heaven, were not allowed to roam freely on earth, but rather were bound or chained until the appointed time. Why chained them? Fallen angels are known to be violent, seeking to subvert God's principle on the earth. Their minds are made up to corrupt humanity, and you can remember that one of the reasons God flooded the earth was because angels were found to have lusted after the daughters of men and ended up having sexual relationship, which resulted in a species against God's plan. Now it came about, when men began to multiply on the face of the land, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves, whomever they chose. Satan instigated this plan, hoping to pollute the human seed, to stop God's plan to bring forth a Messiah, the seed, promised to come one day and destroy Satan. Clearly, the Lord could not stand by and allow such an attempt to succeed. Peter also refers to this occasion in his second letter in explaining the Lord's response. For if God did not spare angels when they sinned, but cast them into hell and committed them to pits of darkness, reserved for judgment. There is no doubt that the 4 angels of the Euphrates are among the shackled angels. So it is believed by many that they are the ones making those noises on the riverbank, crying to be released from the prison and wreak havoc on the world. Due to the limited number of videos available, it is possible that these sounds are fabricated to get people talking and subdue the truth. However, the Bible is true, and the prophecy states that 4 angels are imprisoned under the Euphrates River, and when released will slaughter 1/3 of mankind with 2 million horsemen. Then the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before God, saying to the 6th angel who had the trumpet, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates." So the 4 angels, who had been prepared for the hour and day and month and year, were released to kill 1/3 of mankind. Now the number of the army of the horsemen was 200 million. I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision. Those who sat on them had breastplates of fiery red, hyacinth blue, and sulfur yellow, and the heads of the horses were like the heads of lions, and out of their mouths came fire, smoke, and brimstone. Revelation 9 verses 13 to 17. Many scholars believe that the 200 million horsemen are an army of humans who are empowered by the four demons. Currently, China is the only nation that could produce a 200 million man army, perhaps also India. Notice the color of the breastplates are the same color as the presidential standard flag of China. The events in the Euphrates are a clear indication that the rapture is fast approaching. Therefore, we must serve the Lord with zeal since we are living in the latter days. In order to understand the full scope of what's going on, it's important to read through the book of Revelation in detail. Through this book, we can gain insight into who these fallen angels might be, what their fate was after being thrown down from heaven, and what impact their presence might have on our own lives. In addition to providing details about the nature of these creatures, the book of Revelation also gives us an understanding of how God views sin, judgment, redemption, and other important spiritual concepts. In short, this book provides invaluable knowledge that could help unlock the secrets behind these terrifying screams of fallen angels under the Euphrates. Whatever the case may be, one thing remains certain. We must all keep our eyes open for signs mentioned in the book of Revelation so that we can prepare ourselves spiritually and physically for whatever lies ahead. Even though the book of Revelation talks about horrific events happening during the end times, it also offers us hope by reminding us that Jesus will return to judge the living and the dead and bring forth justice. Furthermore, the book of Revelation provides us with comfort by offering us assurance that those who remain faithful will receive eternal life in heaven. Despite all of our fears about the end of days, we must remember that we still have hope.